family and friends. How are you? I hope you and your family are safe and happy too. Welcome to Season 2 of Auntie Oni's Story Village, where everyone lives in peace and love. I'm Auntie Oni, your favorite storyteller, and I love sharing stories, poetry, and music from villages around the world. I can say hello in many languages, can you? Repeat after me and learn something new. Ni hao, makadi, guten tag, namaste, hola, bonjour, nainzio, ciao, yo manima, sawubona, tashidelek, haya. Did you hear hello in your language? If you didn't hear Auntie say hello in your language, let me know and I'll give it a go. Auntie Oni's Story Village is for children of all ages, so listen up. Today's story is Teamwork Makes the Dream Work, an adaptation of a classic folktale, rewritten and told by Auntie Oni. One day, a businessman had to travel out of town for a very important interview for his dream job. He was driving from the city of Lancaster to the city of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, and he had to drive through Amish country. Well, he was driving really fast. As a matter of fact, he was speeding through the curvy back roads to avoid work traffic. And just as he made a right turn onto another road, his GPS, the gal who possesses the solar system, you know, the voice that tells you where to go when you're driving and when you need directions, well, the GPS said, "Recalculating!" And the man made a U-turn and drove his car right into a ditch. Both front wheels of his car were stuck in the ditch. He got out of his car and looked around. All he could see was green grass and cows grazing in a farmer's field. No cars and no one was in sight. So he walked up the road thinking, someone must own these cows. He looked up and there it was, high on a hill, a farmhouse. So he walked up the hill until he reached the front door. He knocked on the door, and an Amish farmer came to the door and said, "Good morning, sir. What can I do for you?" The businessman answered, "Well, good morning, sir. I'm looking for someone to help me get my car out the ditch down the road." The Amish farmer looked over his reading glasses, and he could see where the car was way down at the bottom of the hill, stuck in the ditch. So the Amish farmer says to the businessman, "Well, follow me and I'll get Johnny to help." So the businessman followed the Amish man to a big barn, and he watched and waited until the farmer came out pulling a rope tied around the harness of an old, gray, rickety, bow-legged, skinny donkey. The businessman thought to himself, "This farmer man must be joking if he thinks that old rickety, bow-legged, skinny donkey can pull my car out of the ditch." He didn't say what he was thinking out loud to the Amish farmer. He didn't want to hurt the farmer's feelings, so he thought it was best he just keep quiet. Well, he followed alongside the farmer man and his donkey, old Johnny, and they walked down the hill to his car. When they reached the car, the farmer man tied a thick rope around the back wheel of the car, and he says to the businessman, "Okay, sir, now you get in the car and put it in neutral and hold on to the steering wheel." So the businessman got in the car, shaking his head and thinking to himself, "No way that old gray, rickety, bow-legged, skinny donkey is going to get my car out of this ditch." But then he says to the farmer man, "Are you sure old Johnny can handle this? I don't want him to get hurt." "Yep, I'm sure," said the farmer man. "Johnny can do the job." So the businessman figured he had nothing to lose. So he put the car gear in neutral and held on to the steering wheel. The farmer man tightened the rope around Johnny's harness and tugged onto the back car wheel, and he shouted out, "Pull, Milo! Pull, Gianna! Pull, Matteo! Pull, Miles! Pull, Evan! Pull, Tyler! Pull, Josiah! Pull, Johnny!" Suddenly, the car rose up out of the ditch. Easy peasy. The businessman was amazed. He got out of the car and gave the farmer man a big handshake and patted old Johnny the donkey on the head. He couldn't believe it. So he asked the farmer, "Sir, I don't see any other donkeys around here to pull. So why did you call out all those names before you called old Johnny?" The farmer man grinned and said, "Old Johnny here is blind, can't see a lick. But as long as he thinks he's part of a team, he pulls harder." The businessman was so grateful. He offered the farmer man some money. But the farmer man said, "No, thank you, friend." So the businessman tipped his hat, got in his car, and took off up the road. He arrived at his appointment right on time. And guess what? He got that dream job, all because of old Johnny, the old gray, rickety, bow-legged, skinny, blind donkey. Yep, the Amish man and old Johnny taught the businessman a lesson he'll never forget. And I hope you won't ever forget it either, that teamwork makes the dream work. Thanks for listening, and invite your family and friends to Auntie Oni's Story Village. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. To let me know how much you enjoy my labor of love, write a review and give me a bunch of stars on Apple iTunes. Want to see Auntie? Visit AuntieOni.fun. Stay safe, and I'll see you later, sweet potato, after a while, honey child.